Welcome to video 1 of the Spinal Cord and Reflexes mini unit. This note packet deals with just a couple sections in chapters 13 and 14 in the OpenStax online textbook. But all of our information that we are going to go over and you're responsible for are found in the note packet and what we're going to be going over. So we're going to be talking a little bit about the general structure of a peripheral nervous system nerve. We're going to be looking at cranial nerves from the central nervous system. We're going to be looking at how the spinal cord works and the structure of the spinal cord. And then we're going to put a lot of different things that we've been talking about together when talking about reflexes. And we're going to look at 3 different types of reflexes that are in your body. So for this first video, we're just going to look at what a nerve is and its general structure. So a nerve is basically a collection of axons, Schwann cells, or oligodendrocytes, if we're talking about the CNS, and connective tissue. So mainly they're axons. If we have something called a ganglia, and we'll talk about those a little bit later, those are usually collections of nerve cell bodies, and it can be found throughout the body, but they are also very prevalent close to the spinal cord. So if we were to take a nerve from the peripheral nervous system, so this could be a sensory neuron, it could be a motor neuron, it could be an interneuron. If we have one of those and we cut it in half, so this is a transverse section, we're looking at maybe a bigger nerve. So we could be looking at maybe the sciatic nerve, which runs down the back of your leg. It's about the size, diameter of your pinky finger. So it's a fairly large nerve, and then they branch out. So they get smaller as they get further and further away from the spinal cord. But we would see large structures like this. And inside each one, we would have these little circles with dots. And there could be a lot of them. And I'm only going to show one of these. But when we looked at muscles, we saw how the muscle structure kind of repeated itself. The same thing is going to happen with a nerve. So on the outside of the nerve, we have a coating. It's called the epineurium. Inside of here, we have these structures, and they have the same name as muscles. Fascicles, which mainly means bundle. So it's a bundle. And that bundle consists of axons. Surrounded by peroneurium. So we have epineurium, peroneurium, and then inside of each one of these little circles with the dot, that little dot is the axon, and it is surrounded by endoneurium. So epineurium, peroneurium, and endoneurium, these are all connective tissue sheaths. Now, also scattered through here, we have some bundles of adipose tissue, which I show kind of looking like a cloud. So this is adipose, which we know is connective tissue. And usually traveling through here in a big nerve, we could have some blood vessels, because we have to get communication and nutrients to all of these nerves and axons that run down through here. So usually we have a vein and an artery. Veins are usually a little bit bigger That's because arteries can expand and they can dilate and contract. So this is the basic structure of a nerve, and this would be repeated in these different fascicles. And there are lots of these bundled up. So as branches are coming off to go to nerves or to go to bones or to go to other structures, the nerve diameter gets smaller and smaller as more branches come off.